This is group one's reading. So if you chose group one, if you chose this crystal, which is honey calcite, or you chose group one, then this is your reading. Let's have a look at what you've got coming through for you today for this next 7 days. Also, these readings are also timeless. So, you know, if you see them at a later date, then the messages are still resonant for you, then they're still messages for you. Everybody runs on their own, like, sort of, what would you call it? Time. You know, we all have our own divine timing. So, what else did I need to say before I started this? It's interesting. Good message coming through already. So, what was I going to say? Oh, I can't remember. It mustn't be that important if I can't remember. So the first card we have for you guys for group one is the Wellspring, which is, what are you thirsty for? Body care, take a breath. Yep, really feeling this actually at the moment is this call to just sort of come back into you and nourish yourself. What's another way that I can put it? Maybe I'll get the book out. Oh, hiccups. Sorry. Excuse me. Excuse me, my hiccups. Guys, if you are watching and it's live and you would like to go or be in the running to win a mini reading or session with me, please comment and let me know that you'd like that. If not, that's cool too. No worries. I don't know why I'm shuffling. I think I like to shuffle to just kind of tune in a bit. And then I'll get the book out. Oh dear. Anyway, so where are we? Glasses. And then hopefully we have sound as well. I didn't even think about that. The Wellspring. What does the Wellspring say for my group ones? Oh, I better not sing. I might get flagged again, like I did another time when I wasn't even singing and there was no music, and I got into trouble because apparently I used someone else's audio. It was a loud car rumbling underneath my house, or just near my house. I'm upstairs, so apparently that was their audio, which is hilarious. The Wellspring, the Wellspring, the Wellspring. There we go. Right at the back of the book, Wellspring. Okay, so what are you thirsty for? Body care. Take a breath. We don't only need water to thrive, we need it to survive. The Wellspring card often appears when things are unbalanced or when we've been pushing ourselves beyond our limits in ways that are simply unsustainable. Just like the seasons around us, we too are cyclical, and thus we must pay attention to where we're expecting ourselves to be in full bloom all year round. Interesting message coming through here about taking some time to rest and remembering that you can't do everything all the time. That you always need time to integrate, replenish yourself, nourish yourself, to rest. And having had some pretty major, I think there was like 2 or 3 solar flares recently, so that could be affecting your energy. You might be feeling fatigue as your body integrates the higher frequencies that these solar flares actually send towards the earth. While we can rely on our reserves for a limited amount of time, if we allow ourselves to become depleted over a long period, to run on empty, it'll likely take longer to recover than it ever did before. We must embrace our humanity and take care of the body by slowing down, quenching our thirst, and finding ways to recover and deeply rest. The Wellspring card, I'm just getting some really big deep breaths coming through for me right now. that's kind of sinking into this relaxed energy. The Wellspring card is an invitation to look at where you've been going to into overdrive, to reflect on the areas where you've been pushing yourself beyond your physical limits, to consider whether you've been forcing yourself to run on your reserves. It delivers a message to reassess the speed and force you're using, to bring more harmony and balance back into your life and trust your inner seasons, to look after yourself and appreciate your precious body. So you need to ask yourself, where are you pushing yourself beyond your limits? And how are you being called to care more for your body? What are you really, truly thirsty for? So yeah, a pretty deep message already about resting and remembering. And I like to think of it as detaching from the grind culture, the idea that, you know, we have to always be busy and always be doing something. And if you're not, you kind of feel, or most people are conditioned to feel like they are, you know, they're not being productive, and it's not okay to just sit and do nothing. When the truth of it is, if you have rested properly, you can do things way better, and you will feel better and you won't feel burnt out. I'm getting that feeling of burnout coming through as well. Then we have the moon and we have the lovers. So soulmates and decisions. Interesting. So how does this kind of relate? Let's have a look. I feel for you Greek ones, maybe this is a warning to sit back instead of maybe in love it's easy, or in these kind of relationship type situations, maybe you give too much, maybe you're people pleasing, maybe you're sort of chasing or giving up too much energy in the pursuit of love, or in a relationship or connection. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but because the lovers have come up, I would say that it's going to be like the majority of you, this is going to resonate for. Let's have a look. What else have we got here? The moon, yearning desire. So, can't really see that card. I don't. And then follow your dreams. So the moon and follow your dreams is giving me this energy of definitely needing to rest. And when you do rest and you sleep, that you'll be getting messages and information that helps you kind of understand and integrate what it is that you need from your body. Maybe you've been just pushing yourself too hard physically, trying to keep up with someone of the opposite sex. Perhaps if you're female, like, women's bodies aren't the same as men's. Getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and going for a run and doing hard exercise doesn't always work for us. It's like it might be too much for you. I'm just kind of listening to what's coming through. There is a fair bit of energy. I'm going to going to pull some oracle cards in a minute. I'm feeling this energy. I'm feeling like it's time to rest with this soulmate card, which keeps calling me back. I'll show you the card right here. The picture on this card is kind of giving me that idea of like the male female balance within. It's talking about like finding a balance within that arena for you. Maybe you're using too much masculine energy, which is action, and doing things, and, you know, always trying to do things and being on top of everything and things like that. And you might find that it is that you always feel scattered, you always feel like you're kind of doing too much and you feel tired and things like that. So it might be time to just step back more into this kind of feminine energy with the moon. That's just for some of you though. Well, maybe it's for all of you, I don't know. The moon with yearning desire, it's giving me this feeling of a longing for something. Perhaps it is a soulmate, perhaps it is a relationship or a connection or there's a longing in that. You might be at a distance from each other. Um, I'm getting the message like they're talking about chasing someone energetically, and they're asking you to pull back on that now. Like you don't need to. You need to step back and sit in your own energy for that balance. Because when you're either chasing or running in a relationship, I mean, you know, chasing is fun in a way, and we all do it. We all kind of, you know, that whole interplay of getting to know someone and the sort of, what is it? I can't think how to put it. That game of kind of like, you know, playing hard to get a little bit with someone, rather than just sort of giving it up straight away, is it's a fun thing, but sometimes it can kind of go too far in a way, and you might feel like you're a bit stressed out from that. Um, what other messages am I getting here for you guys, group one? Definitely getting messages about dreams giving you messages, or you seeing things or feeling things in your dreams that are leading you to, you know, have a deeper understanding. But if you don't stop, and if you don't unwind, and you don't just sort of slow down, then you might not be able to sort of receive those energies and those messages as well as you would if you were chilling. You know what I mean? Let's have a look at the Moon Witch Oracle. Let's have a look here. Alright, so my guides just said, as I was shuffling these cards and I was looking down at this, it was sort of like maybe there's a, this is only specific for some of you, but the soulmate you're looking for will fill you up rather than make you feel drained. It will give you that connection. It will be someone who wants to give to you, someone who wants to care for you, rather than you having to do all that stuff for them. So just specific message for some of you, right? Or let them. If you're not used to it, let them. Let's have some messages for group one from this Moon Witch Oracle, please. Have you got any messages for group one, Spirit? Oop, there we go. Transformation, shed, let go, make room for greatness. Okay, so yeah, as I said, there is that whole solar flare, ascension symptoms thing going around right now. You might feel extremely tired. I know I do. I know I look really tired as well. I spent most of yesterday just sitting on the couch, like really not doing anything much at all. And it was so nice, but I still feel tired, which is bizarre. It's like just to be able to sit in that energy and not feel like you have to do something, to be in this kind of like relaxed and calm type situation. Okay, manifestation. What you seek is seeking you. This is underneath the Lovers card. So I feel like this, for a lot of you, is, you know, you might be looking for somebody, and it's just giving you that reminder that what you seek is seeking you. What you resonate on, like your frequency, your core frequency, how is what's going to attract someone to you. I'm getting sort of messages coming in about, you know, like connection and understanding energy and how that works in relationship, and why, you know, we're connected to people in a certain way, things like that. Let's have a look and see what else we've got. It also sort of reminds me of a reel that I posted not long ago. It's like, I think I called it affirmations to keep you aligned with your soul path. And it's about like staying in your core energy, your core vibration, and letting things come to you rather than like trying to grab at things or whatever. So you might want to check that out. Might give you some ideas. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Here we go. What have we got here? All right. True North. Stay true to yourself. And then we have Carly. Step into the unknown. Do not be afraid. So in some decks, the moon card talks about there being secrets or, things that are hidden. And I feel like this is something maybe that you're stepping into that's not your normal thing, perhaps, or you have been thinking about it, or you will be encouraged to do so this week by messages that come through from your dreams. Maybe it's going out on a date with someone or going to a specific place that you're drawn to or guided to, and meeting with this person or a person, like it's a chance kind of thing that you might run into, a soulmate or something like that. I don't know why I'm getting phone calls right now. How dare they ruin my music? Let's have a look. Yeah, so maybe, taking that chance to go somewhere. And as I said, it's not about, being busy all the time and stuff like that. I feel like for this week for you guys, you really need to pull back and rest as much as you can, sleep when you feel like sleeping. Throw away your clock, set it on fire. No, just kidding. I mean, we all have stuff to do, right? But working out, coming deeply within yourself and seeing what you're thirsty for. Like, what is it that you need to nourish yourself? How do you replenish your energy, or, how do you make yourself feel comfortable and nourished? Do you need to, I'm getting hot springs, so maybe, hot springs, salt baths, things like that as well, for you guys coming up. Witchy medicine, connect to the earth. So so maybe herbal medicine. Sounded like the door opened. So maybe witchy medicine, herbal medicine, sorry, I was going to say. I'm getting a message, sorry. I'm just sitting, feeling this energy coming through about witchy medicine. And I think there's something specific, like a specific herbal remedy or something that you might be looking into to help you relax, to help you calm. Not 100% sure what it is, and I mean, everybody's different, and I'm not a doctor or a naturopath or anything like that, so it's not for me to say what it is for you, but maybe that's something that you might need to look into. Like, maybe that's a way to nourish yourself, maybe that's the thing your body's thirsty for. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go into the tarot now for you guys because, I think it's time. That's just how it is with me sometimes. Okay, I think that's a few too many cards, so give that again a little knock. We have the Page of Wands. Okay, so this is, I feel like this is kind of like saying this is the energy that you will be in towards the end of the week, or perhaps you're already in it right now. It's a lot of passion, and it's a lot of kind of like being sort of excited to be alive, just kind of reveling in that energy. Let me just see what else comes up, guys. Let's see what other messages are going to come through for you. Okay. Woo. We have the Page of Cups. Ah, my favorite card. This is an energy of serendipity, of um, surprise. Oh, we don't really want to see. Oh, let's have a look. Okay, so the Chariot's on the bottom of the deck and it's in reverse. So that kind of gives me an indication that this is definitely something you might need to do. Um, this whole just chilling back, um, also like self love, things like that as well. But with the Page of Cups coming up, I feel like that this could be Cups. Pages are like a childlike energy, but this one in particular in this deck, it's all about sort of like whimsical, odd things happening. As I was saying, like perhaps you'll be guided by messages that come through your dreams or just come through resting to go to a certain place or do a certain thing. Maybe something you wouldn't normally do. Um, but it's kind of like a series of fortunate events, not a series of unfortunate events. This is the energy that I'm getting from this card. It's sort of like there was no intentions or there's no intentions or expectations as you go to do whatever this is. It's just like you're heading off to do something, and it's sort of like what you're looking for, what you're seeking, will come to you in this really whimsical, and it's such a nice energy. It's just kind of like, oh, this will happen, but it's like nothing's expected. It's just all these like little events that kind of lead to something really good, which is, you know, the Page of Cups is all about love. It's about relationships. It's also things that you just would not expect as well. So expect the unexpected, I would say, at the beginning of this week. Maybe the unexpected has already kind of happened for you. I'm not really sure. This Page of Wands energy is also giving me that kind of energy, just really playful and um, struggling for words. But I hope that you guys can kind of understand what I'm saying with this energy. It's like it's very playful, but easy, whimsical, not having any expectations, just kind of going with the flow type energy that's going to bring you the things that are. This is what I'm sort of focusing on here is this is popping up underneath that card. So manifestation, what you seek is seeking you. Um, and I feel like also, just as I'm saying that and I'm seeing all these cards and feeling all these energies coming through these cards, that it's sort of like this top message, these oracle messages about resting and stuff are there to remind you that when you go with the flow and you're not trying to force things, that you're much more sort of in flow with the universe's way of doing things, which isn't anything like the way, you know, our human minds kind of plan things and hope that things happen this particular way. And, you know, all of that stuff is, it's a bit ego driven. And like, I don't think there's anything wrong with egos or anything like that. We all have one, we all need one to, to be a human, right? But sometimes we get really stuck in that. We get really stuck in that 3D, it has to go this way, it has to have a plan, it has to have this, that, and the other, for me to be able to deal with it or accept it or whatever, like that kind of feeling. This is, your guides are like asking you to bring in this, to be less rigid about it and to be playful about it and not have expectations and not have too much of a plan, but just kind of go where your heart takes you, where your joy and your energy take you, and be playful with things, not take everything so seriously. So that, you know, the universe can do these things, like bring you things that you never expected, like unexpected, the things that you oh no, I've tied my tongue up. So like things like bringing you something that's like just, you know, you would never have expected it to happen. And it, I feel like it is relationship related. It could be, you know, the return of an old lover, but I don't feel that. I feel like this is more got to do with So either something current or someone new that's going to come in and kind of light up things for you with this very playful energy. Someone who just doesn't take things so seriously either. Someone with a very, not childish, but childlike qualities who can just play and, you know, doesn't make you feel pressured and things like that too. So the True North card is popping out for me as well. What other messages do you have for group one? Alright, King of Pentacles. Interesting. King of Pentacles is like that dude who's got it all together. He's like kind of, it doesn't have to be a man either. It could be a woman with that same energy, or, you know, we don't do gender really here. We just do energy. So however it fits in, however it resonates for you. This could be your energy. This could be, you know, someone else's energy. But as I said, this could be your energy. I feel like this is like the kind of energy that you're going to be coming in with the resting once you've worked out what it is you need to nourish yourself with and how to rest, and how to rest, you know what I mean, what it is that your body is thirsty for. Like when I picked up that card, I was like immediately something, I don't know, I feel like I need something, you know what I mean, like there's something specific that your body's asking you for, to let yourself feel nourished and so that you can replenish your energy. It could be doing, you know, like yin yoga or restorative yoga, which is slow, gentle practices that rebuild your energy, rather than, you know, like something a bit more hardcore like vinyasa or flow, you know, those kind of flow yogas, or even hatha yoga. It's like, it can be quite strenuous. This is something different. But with this King of Pentacles energy coming up, I feel like this is kind of the energy they want you to sit in. Like, you know that you're doing everything you're doing. You don't have to kind of stress. You don't have to step out of alignment with yourself. And as I say that, I notice that it's like on the True North card, the True North is about staying true to yourself, like aiming towards your true north, the North Star, or however you like to put it. You know, your purpose, your passion, the things that are important to you. So not getting kicked out of that energy. Yeah, so sitting in this energy of kind of, I've done everything I need to do. I've got myself together. I'm not going to stress myself. Let that come to me. Because this is what, you know, this is a, how can I put this? This is a card or a message or an energy of having enough. And when you don't have, I mean, when you have that kind of energy, you know how the wealthy just get wealthier, right? Like people buy things for people who've already got money and things like that, right? So this is that kind of energy. It's what I've got is going to keep coming to me. So the energy that I sit in is very important, because if I'm sitting in scarcity, things won't come to me. I'll only have that same kind of repetitive scarcity experience. Whereas if you're in the King of Pentacles energy, it's the complete opposite, right? You are in abundance, you're in expansion, and all of the things that are yours to come to, they will come to you. Everything that you vibrate as far as being in that abundance, whatever that is, it doesn't have to be money, right? Abundance is just having more than enough of everything and knowing that you're never going to run out of it. So it could be emotional, it could be energetic, it could be, I don't know, you know, or lots of different things. And that is that energy that draws things to you, even if you don't have a lot physically, right? If you have the energy of that, then things come to you. And this is the energy that they want you to develop, or that you are developing in this rest, in this, you know, this energy of filling yourself back up with the right things. Oops. Oh, wow. Too many cards. again. Oh no, we've got 3, 4. Okay, that's good. Well, now I'm dropping them straight off the deck. All right, what have we got here? We've got this one, we've got this one, we've got this one, and we've got this one. And I don't know which ways they were all meant to come up. So we'll give them a toss and see. Yeah, I think that kind of... All right, so this might be something. I'm going to use that as a crossing energy, right? Because that's the way it seems to want to come up. Sitting in this King of Pentacles energy is crossed by the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is the ending of some kind of very difficult situation. So this could be something like you've had some kind of loss or just a difficult period, but it's coming to an end. And in that coming to an end, like, you realize what you've learnt. And this is this energy of the King of Pentacles, like stepping back into that energy. Then you have strength. So you have like the courage to kind of begin again, to come back around, to not be afraid of just, you know, chilling and doing things your own way. Maybe that's something that you haven't been doing, just doing things your own way, not letting other people's expectations or society's expectations, or even like, as I was saying, that people-pleasing energy where you feel like you're obligated to do things for people, but really you're kind of like, you're draining yourself in doing that. So yeah, I feel like this strength card coming up here is like giving you, it's the courage, the strength to understand that whatever is that has ended, whatever this period of difficulty or sadness or pain or something like that, like, while it was difficult, it's taught you things. It's given you resilience. It's given you other things like that. Resilience and an understanding of how to work with things to, I don't know, bring them back into balance, or bring yourself back into balance. And that takes courage sometimes. So yeah, this is this kind of courage to go your own way is what I'm feeling. We have the Four of Cups. I'm still not sure which way they were meant to come up either. Okay, the Four of Cups in reverse. So losing this complacency, this energy of meh, that's pretty much what it is. I feel like, yeah, you kind of you're going to be ending up with a new lease on life, or a new perspective, or something like that, that's coming through resting, through listening to your body and all of that sort of stuff. And it might just simply be that, you know, by resting and listening to your body and replenishing what you need in your body and hearing those messages energetically, you realize that, like, what you've been doing previously was a lot of stuff that you're told that you're meant to do, that you're expected to do. And you realize again, because you already know this, right? But you realize again that doing things your own way and in your own time, and not getting stressed by other people's stuff and needs and all of that stuff, is way better for you. And you're stepping back into that. And sometimes that takes a little bit of courage, because you have to say no to things that you might have said yes to before, and you know that maybe things aren't, you know, people aren't going to take that so well, but you'll have the strength to deal with it. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is all like, you know, it's joyful, happy, abundance. Again, abundance coming through. Things are balancing out for you, I feel. This could mean, you know, like happy family type times. This could be like, I don't know, gathering with friends, family, that kind of thing. But also it's like an energy that's going to be long lasting in your life. So coming up really good at the end of all of this, guys. So the Ten of Pentacles energy bringing in a long lasting kind of happy stability, happy stable family type situation here. Hopefully that made sense, and hopefully you guys will get some messages out of this. Hey guys, Alvie here. I was trying to make up or wait for the delay in the video a little bit because sometimes I use what I'm looking at to kind of bounce off. So this is Group Two's reading. If you were chose Group Two or this little, I think it's lapis lazuli or sodalite or something like that. It's one of those blue stones. The little heart that is blue. Then this is the reading for you. Oh wow, that rhymed. Alright, so the first message we have for you guys is honouring your true feelings. Please excuse my eating a buttermint. My throat went really dry in the last reading, so yeah, I kind of need something, a lozenge or something. So honouring your true feelings. So this gives me the feeling that there might be some things that, you know, you're not maybe being honest with yourself about, maybe because of certain expectations or, you know, things that you might have been told that you should think or feel rather than things that you do feel. And you know what? Everybody does this. We're all kind of, you know, just products of our upbringing, really. Unless we are consciously and awarely working with things that come up and, you know, working on expanding our consciousness, or what's the other way I like to put this? I don't know, my mind's gone blank. It must be the messages coming in. So unless you're actually working consciously on yourself, whether it's, you know, expanding your self-awareness or just paying attention to things, healing patterns and releasing limiting beliefs and stuff like that, then we all have these things. And even when you're doing that, you still have those things, but it's easier to be more aware of them. So honouring your true feelings, interesting. And I love the colours on this. It's very peaceful. Let's have a look and see what we've got from the Water Oracle. Cosmic Ocean. Current dreams, future realities, and new beginnings. Oh no, now I get the hiccups. And then we have stress and anxiety. And then we have ego and internal politics. Okay, wow. That's pretty full on. So these two swords cards are speaking about, you know, things that are going on in your head. Obviously, there's things that are, you know, there's perhaps feelings that you're having or experiences that you're having that aren't in alignment with your true self, and it's causing you to be stressed out. It's causing you anxiety. It may be that you're sort of like having an ego fight, if that makes sense. So when you are dealing with things that, you know, like you've been taught or they're learnt behaviours or societal or familial expectations and things like that, you can get caught up in this kind of fight because, you know, you've got your own stuff, you've got your own beliefs and ideas and stuff, but then you've got this, what you're told to think, believe, do, etc. This could also be something external, so like in a job, in a, I don't know, friend group or family situation or something, where people aren't really, you know, people are coming at you from their ego point of view. They're not really conscious of what they're doing or saying or whatever, and it's causing all sorts of conflict and struggles, I guess, internal politics. Again, this can happen a lot in workplaces and things like that. So yeah, let's get further into the cards and see what else comes through as far as messages. So Cosmic Ocean, I'm going to read. I don't remember where I put that thing. There it is. There's the book. Excuse my buttermint packets on the table. You don't need to see that. What are we? So, Cosmic Ocean, current dreams, future realities. Where are we? Oh, here. Here we go. What page are we on for Cosmic Ocean? 78. So look at 78. Okay, current dreams, future realities, new beginnings. Water features in the creation stories of countless cultures across the globe, perhaps more so than any. Sorry, I just need to. While I read, it's hard to listen to the music, but if you watched last week, I think it was group 3, I decided I was gonna. I usually use music to channel the messages. It's just a tool that works for me, but there's lots of copyright type issues on Facebook and using other people's music and stuff like that. So to avoid having my videos muted, I'm using headphones. So yeah, I just needed to turn the music off so I can read to you properly. Where were we? I'll just start again. Water features in the creation stories of countless cultures across the globe, perhaps more so than any other natural substance or mystery. Echoing through these symbolic narratives about the birth of the world is the notion that everything originated from water, which is pretty much, yeah. I don't think that's even, I think that's a scientific fact or something, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, pretty sure it is. Many creation myths speak of life arising from the primordial waters or the great cosmic ocean. The Rig Veda, the oldest Indian sacred text, states that creation began within the darkness, where all was an unrecognizable salty ocean. And to the ancient Babylonians of Mesopotamia, in the beginning there was both salty water and sweet water which merged to create the gods. In many creation myths, transformation and emergence occur in the places where natural elements overlap. While Celtic mythology doesn't have a specific creation story, there is a fable of, oh geez, it's one of those words I don't know how to pronounce. Ioka? Ioka, sorry if I'm getting that wrong. It's Eiocha. I have no idea how to pronounce that. A white mare born from the foam where the sea met and the land before time began. This card is one of promise, hope, and new beginnings. What dreams are making their way into your consciousness? What is it that you're dedicated to creating? While the manifestation may not be immediate, time will bring these things to fruition. Trust in the whispering dreams of your destiny. Just as the new beginning of the stream may one day flow into the vast ocean, something new is beckoning to be born. So dare deep and wide, dream your future into reality. What's the biggest dream you have that even you are yet to admit? Okay, that's very interesting that it sort of came up with that at the end of that little meaning for the Cosmic Ocean book. So what is it that you dream about that you don't even dare to dream about because it's so big? And then we've got honoring your true feelings coming up. So I feel like, yeah, as I was saying with this message, it's like, so there's something that you're being called to do, but perhaps you're well, we all fear to step into success to some degree, I think. Well, most people do anyway. But also, it's sort of like doing something new, birthing something new can bring up a lot of like stuff. Basically, it can bring up a lot of stuff like limiting beliefs and ideas that you might have around certain things about whether you're able to do this or whether you should do this, and whether it's right. And I feel like it's kind of causing you stress and anxiety, but you're also being called to it. I feel like you might be fighting yourself on it in a way. Sometimes these kind of things are subconscious as well, so you might be feeling a lot of stress and anxiety but not really actually know why, or know what it is that you want to do, but find that you come up with so much resistance that you end up just not doing it in the first place. Or not in the first place, but you know what I mean, that you kind of start but you never actually finish or take action on it because resistance keeps coming up, and maybe you're seeing that as a sign a sign to not go ahead with it, or yeah, something along those lines. Anyway, let's get some Moon Witch oracles and see what comes through with these, and we'll get a little bit deeper in, and then we'll go into tarot and see the nitty gritty, I guess. Messages for group 2, please. Messages for group 2. Whew. Group 2 messages. Ooh, how can they honor their true selves? Be one with nature. Okay, so I feel like something, you know, sometimes when you're out in nature, sometimes when you're unplugged from the world, you know how you are. If you're, you know, maybe just chilling in the sun or down at the beach or somewhere in a forest or something like that, that can help you sort of come back to yourself so that you can know what it is that's either bringing up this resistance that I'm picking up on through this, or even just, you know, like knowing your true feelings. Being the light into bring the light into somebody else's dark sky. Celine, so that's your next message. It's how I really have to remember to, oh, there goes the crystal, the selenite. I'm trying to make it so you guys can actually see the cards. I keep forgetting to put them over here. So here we go. Now you can probably see a bit better. Yeah, honoring your true feelings, the cosmic ocean. This one is the 9 of Swords, and this one is 7 of Swords. So, yeah, interesting stuff coming up here. So be at one with nature to kind of help you tune into that, I think, that's really going to help. If you can even just be in the garden, you know, sometimes digging in the garden or spending time with your plants if you don't have a garden, or going out into some natural place, just kind of melting back into what we really are as humans rather than what we kind of have to be in, you know, in our everyday lives. What else is coming through? Trust. The universe has a plan for you. Okay. Oh, there's 2 cards there. Alrighty. So trust. The universe has a plan for you. I feel like this is a message, you know, directly from your guides, kind of saying to you, you know, whatever it is that you're being called to do or wanting to do, trusting that that is actually the path for you is going to help alleviate a lot of this stress and anxiety, a lot of these kind of internal issues, because if you can, it's sort of like living in this dual or this duality type thing, which we do anyway, but in this duality, it's like manifesting as well. It's like there's always going to be stuff that comes up, but if you can, or resistance that comes up, things that you might need to clear or work through, or you know, somehow grab hold of and resolve, then trust. If you have trust in the path that you're on already, these things are not things that stop you from doing that. They're more like, okay, so this has come up and this is why I haven't been able to go this far yet, or this is coming up and I'm going to just deal with it. I see this as an opportunity to heal what has come up for me in this regard. Then we go on to the blue moon. You are ready to make your own masterpiece, or make your masterpiece. So it's definitely, yeah, a big message about, you know, bringing something new into the world and honoring that your feelings around whatever that is. Yeah, let's get some more cards and see what, I reckon maybe 1 or 2 more of these, and then we'll go into the tarot. What is going to happen here for group 2? What are your messages for group 2? Okay, so dark moon, pause, rest, you deserve it. This kind of came up in group 1 too. It was a lot about doing rest and refilling your well in some way. We also have moonflower, bloom even though no one is watching you. I feel like some of whatever this is that you're being called to do or you're being called to create or birth into the world has to do with, like, some of it you might have to do in secret. You might not be letting anyone know, and it's good that you can do that because, you know, it says bloom even if no one's watching you. So just keep doing whatever it is that you're doing. Eventually, people will catch on. Um, I'm being very drawn to look at the Nine of Swords right now. Stress and anxiety. I don't know what's coming through for that. So, why would group two have stress and anxiety about following their guidance and honouring their true feelings, about birthing something new into the world? What would their stress and anxiety be about? So we have the Four of Wands. Okay, so what I'm getting from that is like the Four of Wands speaks about stability. It could even be about, like home life, marriage, things like that. I feel like whatever it is that you want to birth into the world or that's coming up for you, that you're being guided to create, is something that you feel may it's like you're worried about the stability that you have right now. If is it going to be affected by it? I guess this is causing you stress and anxiety. And then we have the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Wands. What is this one talking about? And it's in reverse. So this is a new beginning, but in the reverse position. What does it mean? It's sort of like you're holding back on it. And the Wands is lots of creative energy, passionate energy, something you feel really strongly about. It might be creative projects. It could be anything. I mean, like, this is a collective reading, so it could be for any particular, there could be a billion different ways that could be coming through for you, or that it manifests in your life. Now, so with that Ace of Wands, yeah, I feel like it's just something like, I reckon there's like something you're very passionate about, something that you would like to, how can I put this? Something you'd like to really delve much more deeply into. Perhaps you want to make it into your business, or you want to be able to do it as a living, or one of those kinds of things, or something that's just, is very close to your heart and you want to birth it into the world for whatever reason, but you hold back on it because you worry about, first you doubt yourself. I feel like you have doubts about yourself and maybe not about yourself, but your ability to do or carry out or finish whatever this is. I also feel, as I said before, there's this worry that's coming up about how stable will you be? Will it threaten your current stability? Is it going to bring you more stability, or is it going to kind of rock your whole world and that kind of energy? So let's have a look and see what else is going to come up for you guys, Group 2. What messages do you have for Group 2 today? Right, come on, messages for Group 2, please, guides. Aha, there we go, guides. All right, so we have the Lovers in reverse. This one just loves coming up, doesn't it? Yeah, as I said, I think you're worrying about how it's going to affect a relationship that you might be in. Your stability, maybe that relationship's part of that stability. What am I getting coming through here with this? The Lovers card. This is really, got to move this over. Something's holding you back. What's holding you back? I guess. Yes, this worry about stability, this anxiety, perhaps. For some of you, I feel like this might be actually things that are coming up for you. to the light of consciousness so that you can heal around relationships. I feel like maybe you're putting a relationship or a connection on hold, or perhaps you're focusing on other things, even though you might feel like this particular relationship or connection is a destined one or something like that. It's kind of like, I don't know, should I not? There's something going on there that's kind of like, there's a lot of love there, and it doesn't, again, with all my readings, I have to say it doesn't necessarily mean a romantic relationship. It could mean something just very close to your heart. It could be another person, like a friend that you're very close with, or family member as well. But for the most part, when the lovers comes up, this is speaking about something, romantic. So holding back something that you're holding back that's causing you stress, that might be coming up for you to be able to heal and clear and resolve, is making you hold back in relationships. Let's have a look and see what other messages group 2 has coming through today on this subject. Okay. Interesting. What is it that group 2 needs to know right now? Okay, so the Hermit in reverse as well. That's weird. Because, yeah, I don't know. It's sort of like, don't be alone. The Hermit is, isolating yourself, sitting or spending a lot of time in your own energy so that you can kind of, gain wisdom in that way. What have we got here? Four of Wands, Ace of Wands, Lovers in reverse, the Hermit in reverse. I'm going to keep going, and we're going to see what comes up. Sometimes as I shuffle, that's when the messages come through more. So it's like you're not alone, but you're not together. That's something that's coming through here. And it's because of this something that's holding you back. It's because of this maybe self-doubt or limiting belief or something along those lines. Let's have a look and see what else my group 2s need to know. Like it if that wasn't a huge wad of cards coming through. Oh, okay, music. I don't have headphones on for nothing, do I? Let's see if I can. Yeah. Okay, this might help. All right, 9 of Pentacles. Okay, this puts a totally different spin on it. This is like, pardon me, focusing more on wanting to be in this 9 of Pentacles energy. So 9 of Pentacles talks about being financially independent. Okay. Yeah, so that's very interesting. I feel like you are currently, like you feel stable and you're financially independent to some degree, or you feel sovereign, like you're in your sovereign energy, and you hold back on this connection or this relationship, and also whatever it is that you're, like, obviously, if you're holding back, there's something there, right? And it's when I'm looking at these cards all together and I'm seeing this honor your true feelings, I kind of feel like there's probably things that you're not really facing about this, right? If you're wanting so badly to be in this sovereign energy and not lose your stability so much that you are actually holding back from a relationship, but you kind of, I'm getting sort of, like that situationship. You're not together, you're not apart, you don't know how to deal with it, you don't really want to give up all of your independence or lose your stability, but you just feel this pull, this draw to this connection or this person or this situation. And you can sort of feel, I guess, that it's, it's pulling you to create something new in the world. but at the same time, I feel like it's causing you stress and anxiety, and obviously having issues with internal conflict. I would say it's more an internal conflict, not an external conflict, having seen these cards now. Um, let's just continue and see what else comes up for you, group two. What else have we got here? What's coming up for group two? What do they need to know? Oof. Dropping cards everywhere. Okay, this is what you fear, I guess. The Nine of Swords coming up with this. Yeah, right. So, yeah. Nine of Swords is like, lack of sleep, insomnia. It's, crying in your pillow, crying yourself to sleep. A lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. And this is what you fear by, how do I put this? That's like, it's either a connection that's causing you this kind of stuff while you are, you're in this Nine of Pentacles energy, this not wanting to lose your stability, but at the same time you don't really have it anyway, because you've got this stuff coming up that's bothering you. You've got this Nine of Swords type energy. You've got this holding back on the creative potential that you have. For whatever reason, are holding back on the creative potential of a connection or a relationship as well. Let's see what else we have going on here for group two. Any messages? Oh, here we go. Can't get these cards to go in there. It's sort of like everything stopped, and it's going to keep being stopped. Like it's at a standstill because of this holding back, because of this. And I know, like, I don't feel like you're holding back intentionally. I don't think it's something like that. I think it's fear from past relationships and past traumas and stuff like that. Or it could also be that it's like a past connection that you're still sort of pining for or feeling into, or yeah, something like that. And that's actually kind of creating issues within your life. There's all this potential here, like creative potential. This one's sort of like, the enlightenment of being able to explore your own mind and things like that. And I feel like it's just sort of whatever's going on here is sort of taking up so much space in your head, so much space in your energy, that it's kind of hard for you to move forward. And as I said, either way, it could be something that you're currently experiencing, or it could be something from the past that's still holding you back. So, what do my guides want me to do? Guides, shall we pull more tarot, or is there something else that we need to have a look at? I reckon I'm going to grab some of these cards and see what comes up through this. So what is it? What is it for group two? What can they focus on? What is it that's stopping them? Is there a message here? Is there a key or a clue that group two can focus on to help them move forward? So refusing to seek. Hilariously, it's, yeah, as I said, it's maybe something that you're not even really aware of, or you're just becoming aware of. I feel like this week you might become more aware of it, that there is something or some things that are holding you back from fully stepping into the part of you that wants to birth something new, right? And no shade here, because that's, yeah, it happens for sure. Let's have a look here. I don't like this song. It's not a good channeling song. Go away. Eventually I'll find the right track. That'll do. Okay, so refusing to see, the Two of Swords, not having all the information, not really knowing why, but just knowing that there's something that, there's resistance or something that's stopping you, or it's usually like fear and anxiety. It's usually something, it could be, you know, from past issues in relationships or in, you know, whatever situation this is. It doesn't have to be a relationship, as I said, but for the majority of you that chose this, it is going to be something to do with relationships with the Lovers card coming up. But yeah, not having all the information, um, it could be something that's a subconscious, something in your subconscious that's actually stopping you, but you don't really understand why. It's just, you know, something that you kind of keep bumping up against. The advice here is for you to open up. So opening up to, that's not as easy as it sounds though, is it? It's not as easy as it sounds to open up. You don't just go from I've got a subconscious block or I've got limiting beliefs to I'm just going to open up and change. It takes work, right? So it's like a post that I posted the other day, yesterday I think it was, got awaiting results come up. I was saying about how I love it when I remember that I can change things by the way I think about them. But it does actually take a lot of work. It takes a lot of, you know, conscious calling yourself out and switching your thoughts around and constantly sort of talking yourself up, talking yourself out of being in that limited and restricted sense of thinking. So awaiting results in reverse. This is, you're like, I don't know, it's like something, expecting something when you know that nothing's actually going to happen, perhaps. This is maybe what you fear, is like, you know, investing too deeply in something and nothing happens. It's funny that, because my higher self was talking to me about that the other day, and it's like, but where is it going? And my higher self is like, why does it have to go anywhere? What are you talking about? You know, what does that mean? What is going anywhere anyway? We're all just souls, right? Like this whole idea of things having to go somewhere is very, very 3D based. And look, I know we're all human, right? We're all here to have a human experience. But at the same time, sometimes by tapping into that infinite soul energy, that feeling of expansiveness, you realize that sometimes, you know, you're having experiences, or that having experiences are, and not having any expectations is sometimes the best way to go about it, because you can just let things flow, and not everybody or everything is meant to be in your life for like ever, right? It's just meant to flow. Otherwise we don't change, we don't grow, we don't have other experiences with different things, different whatever. So yeah, here we have trust. We got trust come up again, guys. There is a path here. I feel like you're resisting your own path, and maybe, you know, if you sit and you honor your own feelings and you start to remember how to trust in your own guidance, you'll realize that, you know, you actually kind of resisting your soul path a little bit, and like out of these ideas, these fears, these traumas, or whatever they are, limiting beliefs that you might be holding around this particular situation. Interesting that trust has come up twice. What else do we have? We have lead in reverse. This is speaking to me very much about being more in your feminine energy. Sorry, I shouldn't put my hand over my mouth while I'm talking. So this is the Emperor. It's masculine energy. It's action. It's doing things. It's, you know, I'm getting that feeling of like just keeping yourself so busy that you're not actually like able to stop and think about stuff, right? This is that energy. But being in reverse, I feel like, especially particularly through this reading, it's kind of saying no, step back into flow, step back into soul path, like come back into yourself. Stop trying to maybe control things or stop things from going certain ways, and just trust that you actually do have a path like that. There is a path for you guys. And when you lean back into your into your heart center, and you start to trust your intuition and things are going to go way more, way more, things are just going to flow for you, I think. Um, Daydreams and decisions, and then we have release in reverse. So this is not a situation of letting go so much as this is a situation of changing the way that you're thinking about things, changing the way that you're feeling about things. You can't always let go of things. Sometimes you have to actually work through them. Sometimes you have to find that key within yourself that releases things instead of trying to force the things to be released. And then we have daydreams and decisions as well, which is kind of talks about like making decisions, but it also the seven of what is that? The seven of cups, yeah, the seven of cups energy as well. It's like choosing between something that is real, something that's going to be real, and something that is an illusion, right? So not having unrealistic expectations, or as I was saying before, it's like it's very how do you put it? It's very unusual, right, for us as humans to not have expectations, or to not want things to go a certain way, etc., etc. But the more we can kind of step back and sit in our soul and allow things to flow and not try to micromanage the universe or control things, and just accept sometimes that things aren't going to be, you know, the way that our human thinks that they should be. Things might be the way that our soul wants them to be. And when you kind of stop fighting yourself on that, I think you'll find a lot of peace, and that things will flow really well again for you. All right, group 2. I feel like that's probably enough messages for you guys. Hopefully that was helpful. Wasn't kind of the reading that I normally do, which is like the weekly reading, but this is what came out. So I feel like, hey everyone, it's Alvie, and I'm here to do group 3's reading. Oh my god, I am knackered today. So I don't know what's going to come out in this last reading because I'm feeling pretty weird, and that's usually what makes me go really weird. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with this. I can't tell if my audio is working. I think it is. I hope it is. Oh, goodness, what a way to stop. All right, cool. I've changed the angle. I don't know why. I just felt like I wanted to. Okay, so group 3, your first message here is about raising your standards. Okay, so maybe it's time for you to raise your standards. Let's have a look at the other cards that came through for you guys, and then we will get some messages from Spirit, like some channeled messages, from your guides, etc., your team. Okay, we've got the waterfall, inner power, unbridled confidence, and claiming your place. There you go. So you can see that one, claiming your place. And what else have we got? Into the unknown, underworld, depth, courage, facing your fears. This is an interesting thing coming up here. So let's have a look and see these last 2 cards here, and then I will get the book out of the Healing Waters Oracle deck and I'll read at least one of them. 2, we have loving union or teamwork and teamwork. So the 2 of Cups could be a couple of different things depending on where you are at in your life, you know, what your desires are. And then we have unfulfilled expectations. I feel like that came up the wrong way though, so I'll give it a wee. Yeah, okay, we're going to be like that, are we? I'm throwing it to find out if it's meant to be in reverse or not. Okay, so we got it the right way up, but it just wanted to be weird. So yeah, like me. Unfulfilled expectations, the 5 of Cups. Interesting. Yeah, okay, so let's have a look at what the healing... Goodness me, everything's all tangled up because I decided to move around how I was filming. I don't know why, I just was over... I was over the angle. I wanted something different. So let's have a look. What have we got here? We have the waterfall. Let's have a look. The waterfall. Whew. I've either got ascension symptoms or I'm coming down with something, which is probably my own fault because I went down to watch the sun come up yesterday and it was freezing. I wished I'd had my thermals on after last week when it was, 40 degrees or something. Big change in the weather. The waterfall, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here we go, page 146. Okay. Glasses on. It helps if you can see what you're looking for. Oh dear. I'm good at that. Anyway, 146, 145, 146. Here we go. Inner power, unbridled confidence in claiming your place. Well, yeah, that's definitely something that's going to bring you to a place of wanting to raise your standards or just simply raising them by raising your vibration. The waterfall is a place of power, incredible force and activation. The previously calm, embracing waters of the running river gather momentum and then hurl themselves wholeheartedly toward their destiny. With wild abandon and great confidence, they leap into the unknown. Perhaps this explains why being near a waterfall is such an empowering experience. We feel the pounding energy of the waters deep within us. This card is all about embracing the power within and stepping forth and claiming your place. You've been working for this for a very long time, and you've done the time. What? You've done the time. Sorry, my brain got confused with what my mouth wanted to say and what it actually said. You have done the time. How can you embrace this moment and take your position as a leader in your life? The waterfall beckons you forth towards your empowerment. To consider what you do if you truly felt empowered, it encourages you to step more fully into your confidence, to receive the pounding thunder. Oh no, my filthy mind was like, to receive the pounding? What? To receive the pounding thunder of the falling water as your encouragement and your applause. Ooh, I like this. I love the way Group 3 last week and this week I have got like just fire energy, man. They're great. What would you do if you felt empowered and confident? So something in your life, right, is like calling you to step into something bigger. Like there might be something specific that you want to do, but you don't feel like you have the confidence or something to do it. But I also feel like this is just an in general thing, is like perhaps you haven't felt like you're fully in yourself, if that makes sense. Like you're fully in your power. You felt like a bit, I don't know, off or a bit distracted by things in life, things like that. I feel like this week, basically your guides are going to be showing you how or what how to work with this inner power. They're going to be bringing out this inner power. You might have a situation, or you might just have like one of those amazing let me take my glasses off, one of those amazing kind of heart center awakenings or something like that, that reminds you of who you really are at your core and how powerful you truly are. That in turn is going to bring up this raising your standards energy. So, it's kind of like standing in your power, standing in your fucking power, man. And I love it. All right, so we're going to go into the unknown. I'm going to read that one as well because these cards seem to have more intricate meanings when I read the book. Sometimes I just bounce off them and use them as tools as well, but not this time. Into the unknown. Wow, I really need a nap, I think. My throat hurts. Into the unknown, 92. Oh yeah, and I'm sniffing as well. And this is channel sniffing. This is not feeling great sniffing. Okay, into the unknown, underworld, Underworld, depth, courage, facing your fears. Okay. Actually, straight from that, I'm thinking like perhaps there's going to be a time or a situation that's going to take you somewhere that brings you down into the depths, that helps you remember, like, because when you go down into the depths, like into the underworld of your own psyche, sometimes that's the place where you create and remember that innate power that you have, that, you know, that what unbridled confidence and inner power. um, Earth is a water planet. This is what the book says. Earth is a water planet seen from space. It appears blue. Water makes up 71% of the Earth's surface, yet we've explored less than 20% of its ocean floor. There are creatures of the deep that have captivated humans for millennia. It's no wonder, too, that water has been used as a symbol for our inner emotional world. There's always so much for us to discover and uncover within. You are being called to face your fears and explore the unknown, to challenge what you thought was possible. This card of courage, initiation, and depth. I mean, this is a card of courage, initiation, and depth, sorry. Perhaps you're being called to make a significant change in your life that you feel scared about, or maybe what you're experiencing is more internal than that. Maybe life is calling you to venture into the shadowy depths of your own inner journey, to face things that others may be afraid to face, to heal what might feel difficult to heal, to surrender to a metaphorical death in order to re-emerge anew. Some of you might have ego death type stuff going on this week. I feel like it's not going to be too intense for you though. I feel like most of you guys who are watching this group are probably used to this. We're all used to this, I think, at this point in time. Well, maybe not all of us, but you know what I mean. In the ancient Sumerian story about the goddess Inanna's journey to the underworld to meet her sister, she leaves the comfort of heaven and earth to descend into the unknown depths. Here she encounters many trials, initiations until she returns, completely changed by her experiences. This story tells us that sometimes to be born anew, we must face our fears and find the courage to venture into the unknown. Okay, and it says soul inquiry, how can you face your fears today? Interesting, yeah. So for you, most of you guys, I feel for group 3, this isn't so much about going into the depths of your psyche, but more like going into something unknown, stepping into something you haven't done before, and knowing that you need to have that like intense confidence that, you know, is necessary to do these things sometimes. So we also have loving union and teamwork. So 2 of Cups, and then we have the 5 of Cups. What's coming through for this? I'd get, I don't know, meeting someone for coffee, perhaps. I don't know. This could be like a business partnership. It could be going into business or some kind of, you know, like project, community project or something like that. It could be romantic relationship. It could be other kind of relationship. I'm not really getting like romantic vibes from this reading though. I am feeling though with these 2 cards, I'll show you them. If you can see them. There we go. Loving union and teamwork and unfulfilled expectations. It's sort of like maybe the courage and going into the underworld is talking about something, some particular situation where, you know, your expectations weren't fulfilled in the past, and this is something that's sort of coming up again for you. So you need to find that unbridled confidence and that inner power so that you can go through it, because you know that it's not the same situation and it's just something that's bringing this up for you, which is what happens constantly. That's what triggering is, right? So let's have a look and see what the moon wedge, I just realized how funny that looks with my headphone, like one hanging out of my ear in my hair. It's just a headphone. I keep finding and losing my AirPods. It's really annoying, but at least I've got wired headphones, I guess. Anyway, now let's have a look and go through this. What am I talking about? What messages did the Moon Witch Tarot see? I warned you at the beginning, right? I've just been, I don't know what's wrong with me. Crazy energy. Yeah, so Moon Witch, what messages do we have? What would Spirit like to tell Group 3 about this week? And, this reclaiming of, or claiming your place. So full moon, harvest the fruits of your labor, hard work. So as I was shuffling that, and I was just going through, looking at these cards and things like that, I feel like, oh, bang. I feel like for some of you, this is actually speaking about claiming your place is like jumping out at me quite a lot, and I feel like it's sort of claiming your place as someone who is you've been healing for a long time. You're aware that you are healed, but sometimes, like all the time, just like life, right? You'll always get triggered. It's just that when you are healed, you understand what's going on, so you have a different way of dealing with it. You don't just react, right? I feel like with the claiming your place, it's sort of like saying, in being in this healed energy, you can choose to be in healed energy, or you can choose to be in wounded energy at any time. You choose to be in healed energy, then you are actually claiming your place. And I feel like for some of you, this is to do with a union or a relationship, or like finding a relationship as well. What it's basically saying to me is that, like, you've done all this hard work, right? And it might not even be about the relationship. It might just be about you remembering who you really are and claiming that place again energetically, instead of living in the past or living in this energy, like your wounded ego type energy. Change is important. Release the past. Wow, what did I just say? That's so funny. So yeah, it's like, I feel like for some of you too in this reading coming up, that is the energy that's coming up. Oh my God. I feel like too, part of the message that it was coming up just before, that's what I was trying to say. It is to do with a past relationship. It is to do with past traumas. It is to do with like things that have happened to you in the past, right? And this is what sort of, it's like you're finally choosing to step out of that energy of, how can I put this? It's like the he done me wrong energy, although it could be, a guy or a girl, it doesn't really matter. Sometimes you have to sit in that energy for as long as you need to sit in that energy, right? To kind of process it all, to get rid of the density, to live through and transmute that density. And it will stick around for as long as it needs to, but I feel like you guys are stepping out of that. I feel like you're choosing to reclaim yourself, to reclaim your energy, to reclaim your place, and it doesn't really matter. The past doesn't really matter anymore. Like, you're letting go of that. You're realizing that it's going to be what it is. But you're also able to understand that you deserve better now. So you're raising your standards. Let's see what else Spirit would like you guys to know, Group 3. Ooh. I've got to stop changing my sleeping patterns. Alrighty, what have we got here? Moonbeam, you are on the right path. Alright, so you'll be, you're being guided right now. to do this, to step into this energy, to let go of those unfulfilled expectations and the energy that comes with it and the feelings that come with it, because it's time. Basically, that's what my guides just said. They just said it's time, like it's done, it's time. You've done your time, and it's time to pack it up and move on. Okay, so more messages for group 3, please. Group 3 messages. Witchy medicine. Oh, this came up in group 1 as well. Yeah, so there's medicine. There's all sorts of medicine, right? There's vibrational medicine. That's witchy medicine. There's herbal medicine. That's witchy medicine. Whatever witchy medicine resonates with you, I feel like for you guys, it's sort of, you know, that whole thing of you can talk yourself into anything, you can talk yourself out of anything. Now it's time to talk yourself into reclaiming your power, and that is your witchy medicine. That is the medicine that you need right now. Let's check and see what the tarot have to say for you guys. The system of down blasting in my ear, and it's making me shuffle the cards in a frenzy. It's hilarious. Okay, so yeah, let's have a look at the tarot for group 3. What do you want group 3 to know? What does group 3 want to know or need to know about these oracle messages in this general overview this week? Ooh, what's going on here? All right, Page of Swords. See, this is like coming back to a playful energy. A page is always like a childlike energy. I feel like this is you. I feel like this is like learning a whole pile of new stuff. It's understanding that you can do a billion different things at once, right? I'm gonna get some more messages for you guys. Whoa. Okay, we have the Hierophant. Yeah, I feel like this is definitely an elevation. It's a week of elevation for you. There's some strange shuffling noises going on behind me. There's no one around as far as I know. Yeah, so yeah, I feel like this kind of you bringing in this new energy, and it's like an elevation. It's lifting you up. You're walking up this staircase. I'll show you the card. You'll be walking up this staircase, and this staircase always sort of, this card always represents to me, like, while the Hierophant traditionally is about tradition sometimes, and it's also about religion or spiritual practices and things like that, for me this really represents, like, this guy here, he's giggling, right? He's laughing at how silly everything is, right? So it's sort of like when you rise above, when you're in a more expanded state of consciousness, or you're like tapping into higher self and you're tapping into soul, you kind of realize how hilarious and ridiculous our life is as humans, and we start to laugh about it. Like, it's easier to not take things so seriously. So this is you, I feel, for this week. This is like this elevation energy. You're lifting up out of this, yeah, what was going on before, this stuff, and you're reclaiming your place. Did this come up the right way? Let's chuck it and see. Okay, so yeah, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. The Five of Pentacles in its upright position talks about being left out, basically. It being upside down, she has the key right there. It's right in front of her. I feel like you're finding that key. I feel like you've probably been waiting to find that key for some time. I feel like, yeah, it's sort of stepping out of this. There's a certain feeling of, I don't know, being ostracized or left out, or how else can I put it? Maybe not from everybody, but just this feeling of like, no, you weren't in the unfulfilled expectations. Like, there was expectations here, but they were not fulfilled, and that's this energy, right? This is the Five of Cups. Not having enough. It could be scarcity in its many shapes and forms. It could be this feeling of not belonging or not being enough to belong or something like that. But you're coming out of this, you're stepping out of this, you're choosing it too. It's not like suddenly it just happens. It's like you suddenly decide, I choose this instead of that. I choose this elevated path. I choose to claim my power. I choose to raise my standards. Yeah, all of that stuff. I could keep going with that for a long time. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Any more messages for group 3, please? Any messages that group 3 needs to know? Group 3 messages, please. Ooh. Eventually we'll get there. Oops. Oh dear. Well, is there any more messages from this deck? That's odd. Oh, here we go. Finally got one. They really didn't want to give me a message. All right, the Three of Cups came up in reverse. It's interesting. That kind of speaks to me about the loss of either the loss of or the missing of a particular group of friends. A lack of celebration. I don't know. I think it's got to do with this Five of Pentacles, which is also in reverse. These are energies that you're choosing to leave behind by stepping out, walking up that staircase. I was going to say stair path. That's not right. Okay, what else do we have here? We have the Chariot in reverse. That's weird. I was checking it to see what it was. Chariot in reverse. So things were not, and they are not, moving quickly. This is something still kind of this blocked energy. The Chariot is like, you know, going somewhere in a hurry, but it requires balance, and I feel like the balance isn't there just yet for you guys. I feel like you're going to be finding your balance very soon, but it's going to take a little while. And then again, you're going to be working with some other people on this as well, connecting with community and working together with other people to kind of help you, to support you, to help you step into this new elevated version of yourself and claiming your place again. I'm going to leave it there, honestly, because I just feel like that's a good place to leave it, and hopefully it was helpful to you and that you liked it, etc, etc, and I will catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Like, at least one of you must have needed to hear this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh no, that's right, I'm not on YouTube. I'll be back next week though. So hopefully you enjoyed the reading and it gave you some, help or guidance or whatever. And yeah, I will catch you on the next one. Bye. Thanks so much for watching.